Here we are on the pipe deck on Tordenskjold. The evening shift has just started, and they are ready to get going on their tasks. One of their jobs is to move some pipes. Some of the pipes will be moved to the rig floor and placed in the derrick, while others will be loaded onto or unloaded from a supply ship that has just arrived at the installation. In conjunction with the pipe handling, they are also going to tidy up planks laid out for protection of pipes and conduct a pipe inspection. The pipes are lying in pairs, ready to be lifted from the pipe deck. One of the roustabouts volunteers to drive the crane. "I'll drive the crane!" The crane operator starts the lifting operation. The magnets on the lifting yoke are fastened to the pipes, and he lifts the load. The load clears the stop blocks, and the signal bell rings to indicate the crane is in motion. The crane operator notices an apprentice inside the cordoned off area, but sees that he is on his way out. The deck base, which cannot see what is going on, hears that the crane is in motion, but doesn't know if there is a load on the yoke. The apprentice also hears the signal bell and gets out of the path of the crane. The crane operator looks toward the catwalk for the signal flag that indicates he is in the correct position. Then, he puts the pipes down in the correct order on the rig floor. Suddenly, the crane operator notices a roustabout right beside the load. He lets go of the joystick to stop the crane. As he lets go of the joystick, one of the pipes loosens from the magnet on the lifting yoke. The crane operator sees one of the pipes fall down. The deck base does not see the pipe fall, but hears the sound as the pipe hits the deck. He climbs up and sees the roustabout lying injured on the deck. "Call the medic!" A person is in the cordoned off area during a lift. A falling pipe injures the person. The lift is in an area where there are many simultaneous operations going on. The ship that is supposed to receive the pipe shipment they are working on was delayed. That's why there was only an oral handover between the day and night tool pushers. At the same time as they were preparing to lift the pipes to the catwalk, another crane operation was underway. That operation was to put protectors on some pipes for shipping. In spite of these simultaneous operations, there was no supervisor present. The deck workers were not aware of all the parallel jobs in the area. The information that was passed on was not distributed to all involved personnel, and did not address all of the shift's activities. In addition to the various work operations being poorly managed, there were several alarming mistakes in the area where the lifting was going on. There was an unstructured and insufficient handover, an example of poor communication. The cordoned off area was not respected. The crane operator should not have started the crane when there were unauthorized personnel inside the cordoned off area. Radio communication had not been established at the beginning of the lift, even though this is normal practice. The crane operator did not check and verify that no one was in his blind zone. Do not start up a crane when there are people in an area where contact has not been established. In this instance, information was provided by radio that there were people inside the cordoned off area working with protectors, but they did not have radio contact with the crane operator. Cordoned off areas shall be respected. Barriers apply to everyone, and that means that no unauthorized personnel may enter the area. When entering a cordoned off area, particular caution must be exercised. There is a reason the area has been cordoned off. When there are operations inside a cordoned off area, they must be planned. This is especially critical during simultaneous operations. On board Tordenskjold, Equipment-specific training is required for all types of lifting equipment. To ensure that the crane operator has adequate training, competence, and knowledge, it must be documented. The roustabout who drove the crane in this instance was not certified.
I'll drive the crane.
All critical competence shall be verified. It is the employer's responsibility to ensure that competence is provided and can be verified. An SJA should have been conducted when it was decided to conduct simultaneous operations in the area. Last but not least, it is management's responsibility to plan and inform everyone on the shift about the work operations going on in the area, as well as how the work should be divided among those on the shift. As managers, it is our responsibility to use systems that ensure all relevant information is available and handed over. A checklist is always a good idea. To manage simultaneous operations, we have a matrix that shows which operations may be conducted simultaneously and which may not be conducted simultaneously in an area. We call this the simultaneous operations matrix. As long as it is kept up to date, it can help us work safely. Also, it is important to have a competence overview that shows the competence and knowledge available in the workplace. This way, we can avoid having someone just drive the crane. How do you manage simultaneous operations in an area? Do you really have full control? How do you quality control critical individual competence on board?